Today we are going to talk about BIM, बिल्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन मॉडलिंग। चाहे आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब की तैयारी कर रहे हो, चाहे आप प्राइवेट सेक्टर में खुद को एक्सेल करना चाहते हो, अगर आप एक सिविल इंजीनियर हो या अगर आप एक आर्किटेक्ट हो, बिल्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन मॉडलिंग एक ऐसा टूल है जो आपके करियर को बहुत ही एक्सपोनेंशियली लॉन्च करता है। And that's why it is very important कि आप BIM को अच्छे से जानें। And to give you insight about BIM in the current market scenario, I have invited in my channel an architect who is currently using BIM. So watch the video till the end and you will know a lot about BIM. क्या होता है BIM, क्या इसके मार्केट में एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं, आपको BIM रेडी होने के लिए क्या कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर जानने हैं, BIM रेडी होने के लिए क्या कुछ स्किल्स जानने हैं, ये सारा का सारी चीज़ के बारे में डिस्कशन करेंगे हम आज के इस वीडियो में। तो वीडियो को एंड तक देखना एंड अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक करना, सब्सक्राइब करना इस चैनल को एंड अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ इस वीडियो को शेयर करना ताकि उनको भी सिविल इंजीनियरिंग के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स के बारे में पता चल सके। तो आइए चलते हैं वीडियो में जहाँ पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे BIM के बारे में। एंड विथ अस टुडे वी हैव गॉट अ कंसल्टेंट जो कि साउथ इंडिया में बहुत ही अच्छी कंसल्टेंट हैं। आई हैव टेकन देयर सर्विस इन आवर प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड वी हैव सीन ट्रिमेंडस रिजल्ट्स। Again, it's not a promotional video. I'm not promoting their company, but they are really, really good. So in case you are in South India, you can see their designs and you can refer to them. So let us welcome to our channel, Swevin Studio, Sneha ma'am. Hello ma'am, welcome to the channel.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Hi, this is Sneha here. I'm part of Swevin Studio, and we've been associated with Manas Day and CPWD for over the last 10 years. Our firm is mainly an architecture consultancy firm. We provide a complete wholesome design package, which includes architecture, engineering, MEP services, structural design, landscape design, and urban design. So our office is based out of Bangalore. We are close to 25 to 30 people as a capacity of the office, and we have a mixed typology of projects.
Thank you for introducing yourself, ma'am. Now we'll just quickly switch to the topic of today's video, that is building information modeling. And जैसे कि हम देख रहे हैं कि काफ़ी सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स में बिल्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन मॉडलिंग को हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं एंड BIM is talk of the town today. And in most of the projects we are seeing BIM being implemented now. As an architect and as a consultant who is providing structural solutions also, MEP solutions also, how do you see BIM as an effective tool? Is it a very good tool? Is it not the tool? Is it worth the hype it is getting right now?
Okay, so before I start explaining in depth about the tool, let me talk to you about for our consultation. There are different softwares and different tools that we generally use. So first, coming to BIM versus an alternate. The alternate software which generally is being used in India is AutoCAD. Now, when it comes to AutoCAD, we're only doing 2D and we're doing individual drawings for each of it. So the main difference between that versus BIM is BIM we do the entire model. And with the model, we get all the 2D layering and we get, so basically we're doing a consolidated drafting system or consolidated modeling system per se when it comes to BIM. Versus the other softwares where it is all to do with the 2D layering. So we have to produce each and every drawing. So that is the main difference between, say, BIM and the other softwares. Now, how is BIM helpful is, since we're modeling it in 3D, we sort of layer all the information at once. Whereas in the other softwares, it used to come in different layers. So that way manual errors would increase tremendously. Compared to what is happening now. When we model it as a 3D, not only the architecture and the structure gets integrated as the first base, but we can also model this out to a precision which will also help in, say, previously multiple people would sit to do each of these works. For instance, to produce drawings, there would be one person. Then to produce, especially with structure, then to produce the structural detailing, there would be a draftsman. So the designer would be separate, the draftsman would be separate. Then, another person would sit to derive the estimation, the BOQs, and derive the quantification. And then there would be another engineer at site who would sit and derive the timelines that each of these things would take. Whereas now, all of this gets done by one person. So that way we're, the number of edits or the number of corrections, the number of mistakes can be avoided. Because say when
Yes.
someone's sitting for estimation, they might miss out on something. Whereas
Yeah.
in this sense, it is all auto-generated. If we've modeled it right, whatever we've modeled, that is the information we get. So we only have to look at how precise is our model for all the
Okay.
rest of the things to fall into place. Now, when we look at the other aspect, so the first aspect was the architecture and the structure. Now comes the MEP drawings. In MEP,
Yeah.
again, we have various segments. So we have electrical, plumbing, HVAC. In some of the projects that we have worked on with CPWD, we also have gas lines. We have different, like say, acoustic systems. So we have different services that gets integrated. Now what
Mm.
would happen every time? We would only look at it in 2D. So we would not know, only when it hits the site would we get to know so many issues that would arise. Suddenly either the consultants would have definitely, when we're doing things in a hurry, they would have overseen the structural detailing. They would have overseen that there is some particular beam which is going way below, so our ceiling heights would reduce. So such issues can be tackled extremely well when we are modeling with BIM. But the only hick is that we should model this out everything at once. So the time
Yeah.
consumed is a lot more on table than, say, when it comes to AutoCAD. That's also because this much information is getting into one model simultaneously, where it can detect all the clashes that is happening, whether it could be with the PHE to structural, or it could be PHE with electrical, or HVAC with electrical, or HVAC with
Mm.
PHE. So such things can be resolved extremely easily, especially when you're working with senior associates. So they're already filtering it out to a certain extent. But these little nooks that we would have left, so one or two, main junctions that we would have missed out, and then suddenly there's a surprise at site. And during the site, things, the construction process sort of slows down, because then they'll have to wait for all the consultants to come together, decide
Yeah.
what has to be done. So such delays get reduced. And also in terms of time and money, mainly for the contractor. So once he
Mm.
starts, he doesn't have to wait. There'll be extreme assurance of, okay, the timely deliverable, and also wastage of money or labor, which could have happened if we didn't
Yeah.
use, that can be avoided.
अगर वीडियो को अभी तक आप देख रहे हो देन यू आर डेफिनेटली सीरियस अबाउट बीम एंड अगर आप बीम को अच्छे से सीखना चाहते हो देन यू कैन कंसीडर द प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ टुडेज स्पॉन्सर्स ऑफ आवर वीडियो नो बेटर। ये बीम से रिलेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर सिखाने के साथ साथ आपको ऑनलाइन सर्टिफिकेशंस प्रोवाइड करती हैं एंड इट इज अवेलेबल फॉर एवरीवन, बी इट आर्किटेक्ट्स, बी इट इंजीनियर्स, एवरीबॉडी कैन लर्न बीम थ्रू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म। बिसाइड्स टीचिंग यू बीम रिलेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर्स, ये आपको रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करने का मौका देती है एंड आप लाइव प्रोजेक्ट्स में काम कर पाते हो अगर आप इस प्लेटफॉर्म में बीम को सीखते हो। एंड ये सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स क्यूरेट किए गए हैं इन पार्टनरशिप विद इंटरनेशनल फर्म्स जो कि यूएस, पोर्चुगल एंड हांगकांग बेस्ड हैं। एक बहुत ही फास्ट ग्रोइंग प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां पे 6000 से भी ज्यादा लर्नर्स ने अभी तक बीम सीखा है एंड मेनी मोर आर स्टिल लर्निंग इट। सो इन केस यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग बीम, यू कैन गिव इट अ ट्राई। लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में डाल रखा है। यू कैन चेक आउट द लिंक एंड सी व्हाट दे आर ऑफरिंग। And course थोड़ा महंगा है but definitely worth the try. So you can go check out the link and start learning BIM right now. Another
The
thing I
model
would
is-
just like to point out, ma'am, that the thing you said that it has to be done by one person. I think that instead of one person, suppose we have an architect, we have a structural engineer, and then an MEP engineer. All of them can work together in a model, right? That
True,
can
true.
also be
So
done.
what?
Yeah.
Yes, true. What I
Hmm.
meant in terms of one person, maybe I termed it wrongly. So in one
Yeah.
person, what I meant is, it is one model. It is
Yeah.
a
It is
single
one model.
model with
Yeah.
30 people can work, and the best part
Mm.
about is everyone can sit in different offices, different spaces, and it can all be modeled out in the cloud. So it is like having a constant workshop. So while they are modeling, even the structural engineer can model simultaneously. The PhD person can model simultaneously, and not necessarily they have to sit in the same office. So the information can be accessed across different tables and different locations, but all that information will be coming down to one model.
Yeah. So, ma'am, now the actually problem is that many people are aware of BIM now, especially
Yes.
the college graduates. They are aware that what BIM is, but what they are not able to comprehend is that it is so vast and so vivid that people are not able to comprehend that it is actually in place, actually practiced in place. So the sole reason why I wanted you to come to this platform is that I want you to give a real and actual picture that what is the practical application right now. Is it being implemented only in private projects or only in government projects or only in bigger projects? So, as an architect and a consultant, what is your experience? How the market is catching up with BIM right now?
Okay. For this, the first time that we started, or I started using BIM was 10 years back. And this was in my previous office, CNT Architects in Bangalore. And over there, we used to use BIM, rather Revit, for all across. So, be it private projects or government projects. So, we would use it for all the projects. And even the scale would not really matter. This was done to, again, consolidate the drawings to avoid mistakes and say, you don't have to generate elevations separately, sections separately. And if, when we are physically drawing, we are limited to the number of sections that we produce. Whereas when we do BIM, as and when the site requires the sections, so if they want it in a particular place, we could take a section immediately and pass it on. So for that reason, we used to use BIM across all projects. So I'm assuming if a large office like CNT was using it 10 years back, so it has already been there in the market for quite some time. Now, the only difference that we see when a graduate comes out and, when they learn BIM, what we also have to understand is it is just a software. A software will be useful only when your practical knowledge can also add on to that software. So when you look at the software as an isolation without your practical knowledge, then you just become a draftsman. So that is what I feel this generation needs to understand. So, because what we see in our practices, most of the kids these days, they go, they get a certificate, and they come. But that not necessarily they're good at Revit. So until
Yeah.
and unless they are trained in one of the offices doing Revit for at least 3 to 4 years, only then will they be really good. So when it comes to kids picking up BIM, I would really suggest that first, if you're an engineer, if you're an architect, first understand the site aspects of it. How is, especially with BIM, because BIM, the way it is modeled, is exactly how construction happens at site. So we start off with the base and it goes up. So unlike drafting, where each thing can come in whenever and whatever. Whereas in this, you definitely need to know the knowledge of site. So if you're a civil engineer, you need to understand what a foundation is. What is PCC? And, simple aspects. From where does the foundation start? What is plastering? Then when you start
So
applying...
basically, you mean to say that people should have a prior experience of at least 1 to 2 years
Yes.
at site. Maybe as an apprentice, they can do it during their college time, or after college, maybe 1 or 2 years, and then they should go towards the BIM related softwares and then go for such kind of design aspect jobs.
Yes, I feel like you should not...
Yeah.
Your aspiration should not, like, especially if you're in the civil field, Your aspiration
Yeah.
should never be about salary in the beginning. Your aspiration should be
Yes.
knowledge of construction. So it could be
Okay.
varied knowledge, not necessarily you have to be at site full time. You can be in the office doing the software while visiting the site, say at least on a weekly basis. I feel only then
Okay.
can you pick up both the knowledges simultaneously. And then no
Right.
one can
Right.
stop you in terms of your finance.
So now, since you have spoken about the salary part, ma'am, now that's the most important part, by the way. Let us be brutally honest about it. Whoever wants to come to job sector, they will be expecting some amount of salary. Now, when we talk about the salary part, how do the BIM related guys fare with others? I mean, you must be hiring a lot of freelancers or a lot of engineers in your office who are working for you as a BIM engineer. So how are their salaries? Are they better than the site supervisors or site engineers and the traditional modelers who will be modeling for you in, say, ETABS or StatPro or any other structural software? So how is the salary different?
So in our office, we presently have only architects. So all of our staff are architects, and we are definitely looking for like the junior architects that we are hiring now. So Revit has become a compulsion. So whether they know Revit as a software. So the level of software that they know is secondary, but do they know Revit becomes the main primary source. So now in terms of engineering, when we look at somebody who knows Revit becomes relevant, but I would say before Revit, do they know site work? Now, compared to a regular site person who does not know Revit versus a person who knows Revit is definitely in our upper hand when it comes to salaries. For instance, I think a person who knows Revit and who's a fresher starts off his in our field, in architecture field, he starts off his salary earning by a minimum of 25,000 to 27,000 versus a person who does not know Revit, it comes down to around, by 5,000. So that's the starting. But if it's a senior who knows Revit versus a senior who does not know Revit, the difference is very, very stark. It is almost 50%
How stark it is?
difference
Okay.
in salaries. So
So maybe 5 years down the line, if someone knows Revit as well has a good amount of site engineering skills, what will be the expected salary in the market as on today?
So if he is an architect with 5 years of experience who's very well versed with Revit and very well versed with site execution, design process, and all the other criterias, the starting sal for a 5-year experience is minimum of 1 plus, depending on the scale of office, the number of projects that they work on it, many other factors that are related. So it is 50% more than what, a person who knows Revit versus a person. So
Okay. So that means we definitely have an advantage if we have knowledge of BIM related softwares. So now, since we spoke about BIM related softwares, what are the important softwares that do you think that is important on current date if someone wants to get started with BIM and someone who really wants to have an edge over others in BIM? So what are the set of software that they should learn?
So the softwares that are related to BIM are mainly AutoCAD or ArchiCAD for the architecture and the structure part of it, the base structure. The detailing structure could be done in Tekla. Navisworks helps with all the PHE engineering, basically PHE electrical, HVAC.
Basically, yeah, PHE electrical and
The
clash
clash
detection
detection, yes.
and all those
So for
things.
that we use
Yeah.
Navisworks. And Primavera is again another software that is linked to all of it. These are some
Okay.
of the softwares. Along with this, in terms of rendering model, like rendering softwares, that also helps. Once the model is done, before we get into the detailing, in terms of showing the reality part of it. So for this, there are a couple of softwares again. So the other rendering softwares related to this is Lumion, V-Ray, and Enscape. So these are plugins again that will help in giving a realistic view or image of the entire building. They also help in creating walkthroughs of the built space.
So that's a lot of softwares. Yeah. So, okay, ma'am. Now coming to the last part of our questionnaire here, I just want to know that how are the opportunities for a civil engineer and architect if they are learning BIM for working abroad, and how can BIM be an advantage if they want to work abroad as compared to India?
Okay, when it comes to abroad, the game is completely different. You have to know the software if you need a job. So it becomes a must to know Revit. If Revit or ArchiCAD, depending on which firm you're applying outside. But I think outside India, it is shifted completely. So 100% all the offices use Revit. So without Revit, it's very difficult to land yourself a
Okay.
job. So BIM becomes the
Okay.
utmost priority or the first tick for you to be applying.
So when we're talking about jobs abroad, especially for civil engineers, I think most of us are referring to jobs in Middle East and maybe Australia. Apart from that, I don't think in Europe, what I know is in Europe, Germany has implemented it, UK has implemented it. Other than that, people are still catching up. Singapore has implemented it, and Middle East countries have now implemented BIM. Apart from that, everybody else is catching up. So most important point is that if you want to have a job that is in a country where infrastructure is in demand right now, then I think that you need to know BIM.
Yes, definitely.
Am I correct?
Yes, because the countries that I was
Yeah.
referring to was mainly US. So the entire US has shifted to BIM, I think, 5 years back, 5 to 10 years back, I think.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everyone uses Revit as a must.
Okay.
Again, yes, Germany, I know everyone uses Revit. UK, they were using Revit from the time I was studying in UK. So
Okay.
which is like 15 years back. So I think it's
Okay. Nice. So that is a lot of information for our viewers, and I definitely think that our viewers will have a lot of help with this video. Thank you for sharing information with us, ma'am, and thank you for spending your time in our channel.
thank you so
Uh,
much for the
we'll see you.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And it was really nice chit-chatting on this.
Yeah. So I hope you guys have got a lot of inputs about BIM, and BIM really is not just talk of the town. It is actually being implemented, and in next 4-5 years I think BIM will be really in demand. So अगर आप लोग इंटरेस्टेड हो BIM में, एंड आप लोग गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स की तैयारी नहीं करना चाहते हो, गवर्नमेंट जॉब की तैयारी करना चाहते हो, डजेंट मैटर, BIM इज रिक्वायर्ड एवरीवेयर. अगर आप गवर्नमेंट में हो तो या अगर आप नहीं जानते हो तो आपको कोई पूछेगा नहीं, बट देन अगेन यू वोंट बी वैल्यूड मच. एंड अगर आप गवर्नमेंट में नहीं आना चाहते हो और प्राइवेट में एक्सेल करना चाहते हो खुद को, आई थिंक बिल्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन मॉडलिंग आपको आना ही चाहिए. दिस विल गिव यू अ रियली बिग एडवांटेज ओवर अदर्स हु आर नॉट लर्निंग. सो डोंट मिस द अपॉर्चुनिटी, लर्न BIM टुडे.